life. I don't even know if the camera's looking at me right. I've just got to continue doing that stuff. And yes, I am not too bad. I am not too bad, Ali. Thank you very much for asking. Last few weeks have not been as great as it could have been, as I would like to have been, but now I'm feeling a lot better. So thank you very much. And everybody else, Nick, thank you for coming. I have had a bit of a change around, so if I do that, you can actually see the monitors this side now, whereas it used to be over there. So everything, I've completely reversed the desk, but managed to keep most of it the way it is. So yeah, if I do look that way, it's because I'm reading the comments because I can't see them on my phone, unless I was to change the camera around. But that'll require a lot of faffing right now. So instead of doing a lot of faffing, I'm moving my headphones out of the way so they stop flicking like that in front of there, because that's just not good. So they sound like everything in the way here. So still not painted any of them, but as you can, I've filled in the inside of the scenery, the terrain piece. Bloody cat hair. So I've filled it in and I've filled out the rubble as well. So that all needs dry brushing. Good evening, Mick. Good evening. Thank you for joining me, dude. So yeah, that all needs dry brushing, but these all need painting as well. So I've got to do both jobs. I'm way behind on everything that I should have had done. So stop procrastinating and get my backside in gear. The fastest way to do it is probably do all them first, paint them, stick them to one side. Now, I don't know why I'm looking. It's odd. I've got to get used to the setup. So yeah, move that. Paint all these first, then dry brush that. Then hopefully they're going to be dry, so they can dry brush them. Then they're all good. Then I can do the whatever. Put my basing tub. I think it's under there. Oh well, I won't be basing them tonight. I'll put it that way. Well, actually, if it's to hand and I can, my glue's there. So if my basey stuff is to hand, then I might base them. But that's an if. I know, however, my paints are to hand because I have them here in my hand. So we'll start with the purple, as always. And this should finish then. Then it's mostly terrain and getting the Space Marines up to pardon me, getting the Space Marines up to the colour schemes and similar standard to the Tyranids. And then make sure I've got all the terrain, get my board back. My tables back, and then play. Now, I know last time I played a game on here, it was against Jessica, and it was over Tabletop Simulator. Now, that didn't help because I had to get used to Tabletop Simulator as well. This time, hopefully. Because I'll have to get used to Tabletop Simulator. It'll be all physical models on an actual table with real dice. Record it and see how it goes. Or record bits of it and see how it goes. The weather has been bloody cold, Alison. I'm not going to lie, it has been cold. It's been cold and windy. Yesterday it was like kind of really misty, mysterious brew just coming in out of the side there. Thank you very much. But I need that brew because I forgot to take my tablets. I'm running late on everything today. Yesterday, I didn't even realise what time it was until it was about 8 o'clock. And it's like, right, okay, it's 8 o'clock now. I thought it was about 5 in the evening, 3 hours behind. Not got a clue. You see, that's one of the issues I've had doing this as well, Nick. Because I've changed everything around, my USBs and everything, because I still want my keyboard and everything on this side of me, over there. I still want everything over there, but I want my PC over there. So it's closer to the TV and easier to do games on. So I got what's supposed to be a headphone stand that I've buzzed. Again, thank you very much for that buzzard. But instead, I'm just using it as a USB hub extension thing. So it runs one USB from the back of my PC, runs all the way down to just underneath my monitor down there, just under there, and now runs my keyboard and mouse through it. So that was a fun one to work out how I was going to get my keyboard and mouse still to stay over that side and move my PC, because I didn't think about that until after I decided to move it. Smart, aren't I? Now, I believe I've pinned for God's sakes. I can't even talk at the moment. I believe I've pinned the link at the top. I might have to go double check at the moment. I know I've not got any background music at the moment because I'm running late and I didn't have a chance to go choose something. And I don't particularly wish to go picking something now, because really it would require me to sit there going through them and going, no, I don't like that one, don't like that one, don't like that one, don't like that one. And that's just not a good thing for a painting stream, really, is it? So, no music tonight, I'm afraid. Some people may enjoy the fact that I've got no music. Yeah, it is the glories of technology. The glories of technology. At least I'm not getting any feedback or any chipmunk voice. I know I'm not getting any chipmunk voice because it would have been commented on immediately. So I know that's not going to happen. But I'm not getting any feedback either. And apparently the microphone is picking me up. So that's always a good sign. That's always a good sign. What I am thinking of doing, though, is just for the moment, because I'm not sure how well this microphone is. The Bluetooth ones would work, but then you've got to make sure it's charged. And if it's not charged, then it's not going to work. However, the ones that you plug straight in will always work because they don't require the power. It's a reliability thing more than anything else, as far as I'm aware. Well, for me anyway. You just go up there a minute so I can maneuver this microphone. That's picking up everything I'm doing right now. That would be ridiculous and makes awful sounds, crunches and all sorts of things. There we go, and then we can. There we go. We can move the microphone a little bit closer, so it should actually be able to hear me a little bit easier. Hello. Did it work? I hope it worked. Right, and also. The spring. I'm not sure what spring you're on about, I forgot what I was up to. I forgot what I was up to. I'm only doing one model. I'm painting purple. I can't forget that easily. I know why I'm forgetting, because I know there's something else I should be doing right now instead of actually painting. But I've got to wait for my cup of tea to cool down before I can do that. I am not taking a tablet with fucking roasting hot tea. But that's why I prefer wired headphones anyway. And it removes any conflicting issues or, yeah. If it's hardwired straight into the point it's supposed to be, it's easy to select. I'm not relying on software. I'm not relying on additional pieces of hardware. It's just one plug into where it's supposed to go, and boom, it works. Now, I do know some people do use the Bluetooth headphones, and I understand why, because it does get rid of the wires. If I could get rid of all the wires on my desk, it would be so much clearer. I mean, as well as the extension that I've got for my keyboard and mouse, I've also got another 4 USB extender plugged into the back of the PC, which currently only has one slot available on it, as well as the slots that are taken up on the front of my PC with control pads for playing games that I was playing earlier with my son. A nice 3-player JRPG. We finally got the third character, so me, my son, and my missus can all play. Which is why I needed the PC over that side. So I can, all the wires can actually reach, we can play on the TV. There is also that as well. There is also that having things wired in. It's the same way I don't, even though my PC's got a Wi-Fi card in it, it's got an RJ45 lead plugged into the back of it straight to the router because it's quicker. Having it hardwired straight to the modem or straight to the router is so much quicker than Wi-Fi. You get better speeds. You get a much better connection. So yeah, pretty much it. Wireless sucks. Stick with wires, they work. It's like with synths and stuff. Yeah, go digital all you want, but give me a wall full of stuff that I've got and a bag full of patch leads. I'll have a lot more fun. Get this one done. Take tablet. Move on to the next one. With the plan being that by the time I get around to it, all the purple's dried. I don't think that this plan's have ever worked while I've been doing it. If it has, I don't remember. But it's been the plan every time. It's just never seemed to work. Ah, crap. Don't get any purple on the bits that you want yellow. Idiot. I'm an idiot sometimes. Good evening, Steve. Thank you for joining us again. How's your day been? In fact, how's everyone's day been, Ali? Because you've been saying about the weather. I'm assuming you've been taking the brunt of it mostly for me, as per usual. And then if you've not been doing it, then Nick's been taking it instead. Because it usually hits all of you before it gets to me. And again, for anyone worrying that we're prescribed drugs, don't worry about it. Doctor knows I'm allowed to take it. I just took it late. Because I forgot. And I'm done. All right, next one. I know they like it to be nice and different from the xenomorph so they don't get sued, but do they really have to put so many ridged carapace pieces on it? Did they really have to? I don't think they did they? I think they could have got just a similar effect with less carapace ridges. And this is the hobby that I love, that I'm complaining about constantly. Can you imagine what I'm like for the rest of the time? This is why I get thrown out of the house. I don't literally mean I get thrown out of the house. I just get sent out of the living room. Especially when something like Philip Schofield or something like that comes on television. Oh dear God, I'm having it for bloody ages. I haven't got anything particularly wrong against, well, I say particularly against Philip Schofield. I've never met the guy, so I can't say I know him. So to hold a high enough opinion to say I dislike him would be wrong. But yeah. Oh, awesome! Your friend has an. Wow, wait a minute. While I was twittering away, chat has happened. Chat has happened. Good evening, Buzzard. How you doing, man? Wow, another young kid. As well, I have 3 children in the house. It doesn't get any easier after the first. A boycott, right? Yeah, no, I could have read that. I read that completely. Yeah, never mind. Congratulations to your friend, though. Yeah, there was a comma in there. There was. You wasn't saying something about your friend. Right, 3. I say 3. There's actually the total of what? 60 steps. Oh joy. 20 models, 3 colours. And I've got to be up in the morning, so I better get my backside in gear, hadn't I? And I've just put my finger right on that. Have I? No, I didn't. Oh, I got away with that one. Right. Now, all this has to try and get as much down here as I can because I put the big splodge right on the shoulder there, and that was a bad idea, actually. What I should have done is put it more in the middle, then I could have moved it around a bit easier. Oh well. Live and learn. That's kind of what this thing's for. Anyway, me and everybody else are on it to learn. Or at least be on this journey while I'm learning. Did you remember his leg guards while I'm at it? No, I didn't. Did a bugger balls. Oh, fuck that up, haven't I? Moving on. Not even finished up this model. So easy to lose track when you're just trying to stay in a get through, move, paint mindset. This is where characters become slightly easier to paint because you're sat there concentrating on the one model. So you're trying to make sure that you get every single little thing. Batch painting, even though you're trying to make sure you get everything, you're also trying to get through it quite quickly. Good evening, BC. Good evening. In fact, I've still got a message on the half on. Yeah, I've got to press send on that message. Remind me on that. Or at least rephrase that message now that it's not Friday anymore. And then press send. I've not been on Instagram for bloody ages, so not posted. I've not been. I've not sent anything. I've not. Nope, not been near it. But then again, I can say that for most social medias over the last week or two. I've not been near any of them. I kind of just needed a little bit of a break. Just go. Nope. No Facebook. No Instagram. No, none. No, nothing. But I did notice yours, and I was partway through replying, and then, well, distractions. And you just reminded me now that I was partway through replying. So you're probably still sat there saying I'm typing something when I'm not. Just sat there doing that annoying thing over and over and over again. You're thinking I'm typing the world's like fully word for word War and Peace I'm typing out to you. When in fact I just forgot to press send. Good evening, Hate. Is it bedtime already? Let's catch up on the chat a little bit. We have BC and we have Hayder, which is in Alison, Stephen C, and I'm assuming Buzzard is there in the background while shooting somebody in the face on the battlefield. Anyone watching this in the future or watching this back, by the way, if you want to hit the like or the thumbs up or anything like that and leave comments or what you're supposed to say when you do YouTube things, what that lot, yeah, that spiel thing. If you want to do that, go ahead. I don't know how to do it. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm barely a painter. See, I'm already forgetting one of the rules of lifting my elbow up off the table, so I haven't got a solid base to paint on. And really, I should be doing this. So I've got a nice triangle. And it gives me more control over the brush. And I know this. But I am the lazy mini painter, and this is why I don't a lot of the time. So if any of you are thinking, oh, this is really hard, bear in mind that if you actually do it right and use the techniques properly, within no time you'll get a far better effect than I can. Because you'll actually be doing it properly. Brush needs washing off. Something I do not do enough. You're supposed to do it quite regularly, but I don't. A bit more brew. Still nice. Get the paint back. Let's carry on. What have we missed along here? Quite a few little spots, actually. Okay, so I do need to reposition cameras, I think. Or reposition where the chat pops up for me. Because I'm still painting the little bugs, Hayde, but it's the last set of them before it's basing them all, and then I've done the 2,000 point army that I'll need to actually play the game with them. I mean, now that it's an official force and it's official army that I'm collecting, I'm not done with it, but I have a 2,000 point army, so I can side shelf it and concentrate on the other things that I've not done, because it was essentially the smallest projects out of all of them to have something substantially done and completed is the only reason why I'm pushing through with these. Because once it is that completed force, I can't just stick it to one side, and I can use it as my 2,000 point army should any of my friends wish to play. And it's just ready in these 2 boxes. There we go, done. Which is one of the things I've been doing over the past 2 weeks, which is finding a more... Whoa! My microphone's going for a little bit of a tumble there. That's not good. Yep, I've been having a little bit of finding a home for them. You're not far wrong there. It is pretty much kind of a velociraptor with a gun. Yeah, it kind of is just a velociraptor with a gun, but it does have extra arms, so it's like 6 appendages as opposed to just the 4 that things on this planet generally have in that size anyway. I don't think there's anything bigger, like mammal size, with more than, I don't know actually how big does an octopus and a squid get, because they've got a few appendages, haven't they? And you watch some certain Japanese cartoons, they definitely have some large creatures with lots of octopus type appendages. Very, very, very weird. But yeah, we don't have anything quite like this on this planet, thank goodness. I don't think we ever have. And hopefully we never will. Because, well, these things, although you said it's a raptor with a gun, and yeah, you're kind of right. It's a gun that fires living ammunition. So rather than having a bullet that just hits you and that's it, essentially this fires little maggots that eat into you. Eat through your clothes, eat through your armor, that type of stuff. Yeah, a 3-meter sea crab, that'll do it, but it has multiple legs and its overall body's got to be quite small. I think they're the ones that are they the ones that are really spindly, just like giant, like sea spiders? Wait a minute. So that model behind the mini models, is that for them or a separate thing? Right. Wait a minute. These ones. These are all these, and they come in units of 10 or units of 20. So essentially, this is just one unit of 20. And I've got 2 units of 20 or 4 units of 10, depending on how I wish to field them. But you get the idea. As long as I've got 40 of these little things, and they can be fielded in multiples of 10 or 20. As opposed to these dudes who are starting 5s and can go up to 10. In fairness, they would shoot the crap out of a single unit of these, but that's by the by. Just to make it an even fight, I'd have to take about 3 or 4 full units of these against that 10-man squad, just to even out the points and make it a relatively fair fight. And then it wouldn't become fair anymore because the numbers game would be in favor of these. They can't roll enough dice and make enough shots to kill these quick enough, whereas these would be able to just throw dice at them for fun. Okay, it's harder for them to hit. It's harder for them to actually make a wound. But if you roll 80 dice, you're gonna get some through. But if you've only got 10 dice to roll, okay, it might be easier. It might on both of them, but you're still at maximum only ever gonna get 10. Oh, we've had some huge creatures. Don't forget the dinosaurs are absolutely massive, but I'm glad they're not around. But yeah, these things are something else. Think ants, but dinosaurs with a learning AI. And they met the alien xenomorph before they got here. And the dinosaurs. and learn how to completely break down any biological matter and recombine it into organisms that it needs to, as well as to get all its memories and of the stuff that it's just broke. It's scary sci-fi stuff, actually. Both, depending what the unit is. And every unit has a purpose, whether it be to clog up the enemy's guns, smash up the enemy's tanks, collect the enemy's corpses, as well as its own, because he doesn't care, it's biomatter. So everything will have its purpose. They have organisms to go and hunt down planetary leaders and assassinate them to throw a planet into chaos. If they think they can get away with that, they'll just spore mine it from space if necessary and just infect the entire planet with these little things and the melee equivalent. And then while you're trying to fight them off, it'll throw down some big stuff, and the rest of the hive tendril will just start descending on the planet to eat it. Yes, yes, it's the weird. So ants that just want to consume, but they fly through space and controlled by and can mass manufacture weapons of war. Completely out of biomaterial. It is rather worrying. It is definitely some dark, what the hell were you taking at the time type stuff that's been ripped off and changed a bit from other things. Essentially, think of every dark sci-fi horror trope that you could possibly think of, and these will have it in there somewhere for an alien anyway. So some that can practically go invisible, some that do literally just run at you and throw themselves at you to go rah, 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 yum, 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 yum. Some that actually stand there and have strategy and will order the others and tell them what to do. Others that will just make little like brain bombs and fire them at you. And if they miss, the brain bomb just floats about until it gets close to you and then goes kaboom. I like them ones, they're fun. And then you've got the big ones like the Biotitans and the things that are there to kill Space Marine stuff and Eldari stuff and Chaosy stuff. They really don't like the Necrons though. They don't like that Blackstone thing, apparently, in the lore. They have it mainly because they can't use it. It's rock. It's not a biomatter. It's not a biomaterial. They break down and can use, so they tend to avoid them. So the Necrons are safe. They love the Orcs though, because essentially it's the same thing. Good evening, Dan. Good evening. I see you have 5 minutes away from recording premieres, other channels. What you're recording or what you just finished recording? Because you've got to just finish recording something, because you put something out every 30 minutes on a channel or other. Well, thank you. Seeing as you've got at least a spare 5 minutes before somebody calls you and go, right, we've got to record this now. You've got yourself fairly out there, man. A hectic schedule. But if it's still fun games and paying the bills, then go for it. I'm not even halfway through these little bloody things yet. Don't ask what happened to my voice. I don't know. Nope, there isn't. You're everywhere. I want to see you walking down the street on one of the UK auditors videos or something one of these days, and it's just you walking down the street behind him in the background, just waving to the camera and then walk past. It's like, isn't he supposed to be in America? Are you slowly working your way? You've got, right, we'll start with this small little island and then we'll just work our way east. Was that the plan for EST? It is. You're just going to go east, aren't you? Keep going east until you eventually hit America again. It's just technically possible. I mean, you'll hit Hawaii before you hit either of your home states, but hey, you get to learn about Hawaii. And no, seeing as I've got Dan in, and the culprit for the entire thing, both of you are here. I haven't forgotten about building the EST. I've still got the dimensions of that, and I should have enough foam to be able to build it as well. But the one thing I need now is clear workspace. Clear workspace and clear work time now. So that might make a cameo later on one of the boards, but it's still in the project list. It's just not on the started project list. I've got too much on there at the moment. So I need to get that list, the started project list, finished first, and then I can start on new projects. But at least I have the dimensions-ish. Although I should transfer them into something else. Something a little more tangible, like SketchUp or something like that. If SketchUp's even a thing anymore. I don't even know if Google SketchUp's even a thing anymore. Clean the brush again. Otherwise, it just ends up filling up and getting all. Yeah, my arm feels all funny. That's not good. That's not good at all. Azerbaijan, Constantinople. Yeah, that's an awesome place. You should go visit that place. I'm sure tickets were really cheap. See, I can never forget. I'll always remember the Constantinople bit because of the Animaniacs. That's Absolutely brilliant song that gets stuck in your head forever. And if you've never heard it, just search Animaniacs Istanbul, not Constantinople. And then you can regret it and come and berate me in the comment section. Or think it's the most wonderful thing you've ever seen and then go, oh, why did I not know about that? And thank me in the comment section. Either way, you should go check it out. It's brilliant. Back when Warner Brothers did good animations. I mean, they still make some decent ones now, but they were pumping them out left, right, and center for fun during the 90s. Well, they do the world song. I think it's Yakko's World Countries of the World. A lot of them have changed now. Wacko does these states and their capitals, which is pretty impressive as well. So yeah, Yakko does the worlds in a song, and Wacko does the states and their capitals in a song. I don't know if Dot does a song. Does Dot do a song? Yes, I remember all three Animaniacs names. Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. Okay, I've got to scroll up because I think I've missed something there. What's that you said, Hayde? Holy crap. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun at all. Yeah, horrific is a good way of putting that.
I just came down from my water bottle. Okay.
We have a cameo.
What would you need? Okay. Now.
Yeah, you do, mate. It's like 10 o'clock. You need your tablet coming off as well. It's so late that Daddy's actually live on YouTube right now.
There's no midnight. How did you know we have a tablet?
Because no one's took it off yet. I'm sure you think the mummy and daddy are daft. We're not daft. We're just forgetful sometimes. Dan, you've got an excuse for getting confused with anything outside of the US because you can just say, hey man, I'm American. Put on the stereotypical American accent and just play dumb. Problem arises then, of course, is when you drop that act and it all goes horribly wrong. They go, hang about, you're not as daft as we thought you were. Anyway, well, that's the problem if you're going to break away from somewhere. It doesn't work if the other place is just going, you are? No, you're not. That's why I don't think Scotland will ever truly break away from England. There's no reason for it. There's no benefit for them other than to spite England, because it'll be detrimental to both countries rather than, yeah, sure, you've got the oil and the gas refineries up there, but most of your manpower is coming from down here, as well as a lot of your other resources are coming in through down here. So I don't get that bit. No, I don't think Kosovo had oil either. But you never know. They hide all sorts of stuff from us. They might have a secret reserve that they're like waiting for everyone else to run out and go, right, guess who's got some? I actually know, because if they had that, the UN would have already been in there, wouldn't they? If it had any strategic value to them whatsoever, they would have already quelled it as much as they can, and it'll be getting as much publicity as the other wars that they wish you to pay attention to. Because you don't hear about everything, I know that much. And there's a lot more wars than any of us are actually aware of. Exactly. Just drill deeper, you'll find oil eventually. Or get crushed to death through pressure. One of the two. Heck, if you don't get crushed to death and you don't find oil, chances are you just got to find magma instead, in which case you're fucked. But keep digging anyway, because, well, if you're willing to do that, all three results were acceptable. Thank you very much. If not, let's try and put your brains to some other use and try and make one of these renewable energies, or all of them, if it's what's required, actually bleeding work, because they won't at the minute. Okay, well, we'll go back to I bet that does confuse Americans at risk. Where are you from, America? Oh, so you're not come far then? Yeah, America. No, not America. They do have the added bonus of having 2 extra words, or 3 extra words added in there with the America bit, which is United States of. So yeah, they do differentiate themselves quite nicely, because then they break themselves all down into states, don't you? Whereas we just break ourselves down into countries and we didn't bother doing that. Although, if what I hear about what Texas is saying and doing, America may be breaking off into its own little bits eventually as well. But apparently Texas aren't listening. I should have said Texas aren't doing as they're told. And they're doing it the Texas way. What the bloody hell do you expect is Texas? As soon as you're born down there, you get given a 10-gallon hat and a Smith & Wesson 6-shooter, and that's it. You're off. If you throw either one of them away, you get kicked out. Let's make some more room for these little thingamabobs. They're termagants? Termagants. No, I've got neurogants as well. So it's termagants, neurogants are the gants I've got. I don't have any hormagants, which are termagants, but they give away the guns to have more spiky claws. Yes, it was New Amsterdam before it became New York. I think you're right there. Well, I'm over halfway through the purple. That's a good sign. Seeing as I'm an hour in, fuck's sake, I can swear. I've not put this not for kids yet. I've not even done half of the stuff that I have to do. I'm going to go back in and put actual descriptions of things and do all the video-y stuff that I should have done when I put the video up. Well, then again, I should have put the video up days ago. I need to make sure I've not forgotten any purpley bits of carapace, bloody hell. One thing I don't want to have to do is come back to these in a minute and go, crap, I've still got to pay half of this model when I've got a different colour loaded on my brush. I should say a different brush loaded with the colour, because I intend to change brushes again. What, New York for sugar? Yeah, bargain. We got ripped in that one. Although, yeah, you got to make your chocolate slightly better, and we got Gangs of New York. Woohoo! Who got a better deal than that one? Let's think. Yes, Alice. Yes, Alice. You do learn something. Sometimes on this channel, you learn things. Depends who's in the chat, I suppose. Certainly don't learn anything from me. Apart from the wrong way to paint certain models or do certain techniques while painting. You can learn that from me. But other than that, yes, the chat is usually very educational. Yeah, just one of them. In fact, has there been a country in Europe that we haven't been at war with at some point, or hasn't invaded us? Or I think every single country in Europe at one point had a go at us, or we've had a go at them. Possibly why most of Europe doesn't like us too much. I mean, they don't take it to our faces, but we know. We can tell. We watch Eurovision. We look how the scores come through. The French just didn't see anything worth it there. It's just like, what is all this? We have mountains at home. You have your own mountains here. We can just stay at home. Our mountains are better. And they just sold them 2 million. Yeah, you can have it. It's dry mountains. Why do you want dry mountains? And then give it to them. And then they built all the weird states. And eventually, once the Native Americans give in, they got to California. And that's when they figured out the earth shakes. Like yeah, I answer questions, but do you actually learn anything, or do you just get a question answered? I've had loads of questions answered. Not always learn anything. We probably did invite people over to become our king at one point. It's like, oh, this has gone to crap again. Yeah, them lot came over it last time, didn't they? And did all right. Invite them back. Yeah, but they killed a lot of people. Yeah, but they weren't invited then. If we invite them, they might not kill as many. As many? Yeah, just shush up, send an invite. We'll bugger off over. We'll the other side. Wait for them to calm down a bit. Then we'll have a chat with them. I don't think we found a brew by then, so we couldn't give him tea. And it wasn't until the Romans came over and told us, like, this is how you build roads and this is how you walk properly down the street. Oh, right, okay. And then we took over everything. Yes, but tea is wonderful. Cheers. Oh, that's nearly done that. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, who actually thinks I'm going to get through on my entire plan tonight? Before I turn around and go, no, I've got to go because I've got to be up in the morning. Because that nice little tablet that I took earlier, I can sleep for 12 hours straight through. It doesn't always happen, but I can. Certainly, me sleeping through the school run in the morning is not an unusual thing. So having to be up for it for a change is certainly gonna be fun. I've done it before, so I know it's possible. What condition I'm in is barely adequate to do the job that's needed. But as long as it's barely adequate, it's okay. It's not inadequate for the job that's needed, which is the best thing. I'm not inadequate for it. I can get my son ready for school and take him to school on time, providing I'm awake. Yes. Yeah, I should be able to be awake. What metric leaf water do I like? There's only one. See, Yorkshire tea is the standard go-to. It makes a good brew, but you've got to make it right. If you don't make it right, it comes out like piss water. So you've got to make sure you give it a chance to stand, let it brew. So it's nice and it comes out better. If you don't let it brew, it comes out horrible. Purple. I've got a feeling by the time I finish these Tyranids, I may not like the colour purple anymore. Which is quite sad because I do like the colour purple. But I am getting a little bit sick of seeing it now. I've not even started making washes or anything for them yet. Ooh, that's going to be fun. And see, watering down this paint and then running it back over these points to deepen the recesses, because the dry brush has lightened a lot of it. So I need to re-deepen the recesses again. So that stage has got to come yet. I think I spent the last, 2 years essentially learning how to apply base coats on models. No one ever said this was going to be a quick journey. One day I'm going to get around to actually highlighting and washing, and maybe even one day in the, I don't know, next decade or two, I may even try doing non-metallic metals. Good evening, Kirsty. Good evening. Thank you for coming to join us again. I hope we haven't pulled you out of a deep, dark rabbit hole, or have we pulled you back from the edge of the abyss on a deep, dark rabbit hole? Twinings make nice tea. They do make an okay tea. I prefer Twinings fruit teas or flavored teas. So the Twinings sleep tea and the lemon and ginger. I usually have both of them. I don't think I've got a sleep tea in at the moment. But the sleep tea, if you get the Twinings sleep tea and spiced rum and honey, essentially make half a cup of Twinings sleep tea, but with honey in it, and then fill the other half up with rum. Or make half a cup of rum, put honey in it, and then make sleep tea in it. It's really nice. Even Mrs. is stood there with a kind of smile on her face because it's a nice drink. I mean, you get drunk really quickly. So, yeah, it's a great drink. And again, because chat's over there and I've got to look up, it's like really out of the way. Black Twinings. No, I don't usually. Right, I'm going to catch up on this chat again now. Yeah, I'm saying, look, Kirsty. 11 over there. And where's Black Twinings coming into this? Okay, I'm lost. We've gone from tea to raccoons, squirrels, coyotes, possums, skunks, and foxes. Would you like to tell me how we took that left turn? Because I don't know. Yeah, we've been talking about the wonderful, wonderful world of tea, and then you've gone off onto wild rabid beasts that love them nuts. Or some of them do. So you don't wear shorts. Well, if you do, you make sure there's no holes in the leg room. Or no gap in the legs. Or no squirrels running up there looking for nuts. See, that's because now I'm sat in the living room on my own. Completely on my own. Which makes it even worse because even though I know you're all here talking with me and watching and having a conversation, it still feels like I'm talking to myself because, well, there's nobody else in the room with me. So it still feels weird. See, a moment ago, at least I had my partner in the room with me, so it didn't feel as bad. Even though I wasn't talking to my partner, it didn't feel like I was talking to my... Yeah, it's weird. 5 more to go. Yay. Did I put the camera back in the right place? I hope so. Oh, you're getting the poor man snipped. You are getting the poor little doggo snipped. Oh, poor doggo. Yeah, definitely get it done. It'll calm him down so... Eventually, it'll calm him down so much. Well, he's a puppet. He's just going to be nothing that calms him down. Even if you snip his gonads off. Poor little Tucker. Poor Tucker. Can't say that much. We had our cat done, so she can't have kittens. something we couldn't afford to have. We had to have that done because we couldn't afford the alternative. Dang it. Missed a bit. Oh, overshot a bit, should I say. Oh, last 5 on purple. And then we go yellow and then we go green. Or should we do dry brushing after purple? Expand the MP. If you expand it anymore, you're just going to become YouTube then. But have fun. Have fun. Cheers for calling up, man. Okay. Come on. And there. And what have we got all of him? Nah, I've got to have missed something. Where have I missed? No, done. Excellent. I don't know, Hayden, actually. I'm useless with the conversions. Also, what, £90 and is 14. Is it 14 ounces to a pound? Or 14 pounds to an ounce? No, 14 ounces to a pound. And these 14 ounces to a pound is approximately 32 grams in an ounce. So if you want to do the math, you could break it down and work it back up. But my hands are busy. So I don't intend to be doing the math, and I can't do that math mentally. I mean, not without severely impairing my ability to paint. Severely impairing my ability to paint. So much so that I'd have to get a pen and paper out type ability. And even then, I might not be 100% right. Because it would have to be on the conversions. And I'm not sure if 14 and 32 are the correct conversions. Not 100%. A couple of quick Google searches will probably resolve the issue, or Bing searches, or whatever search engine, AI, imposed filter system you wish to use. I hear movement. I hear people downstairs with me in the kitchen. Probably teenager getting food. See if they just come and get food, or see if they mess about. So yeah, just over 40 kilos. You were right, Ed. 16 ounces to a pound. There you go. ginger nuts and an orange arrow. No, that's not fair. I want an orange arrow now. I mean, it's perfectly fair. You went out and to the shop and bloody bought it. But still, I want an orange arrow now. That sounds nice. I may have to settle for a double decker. If I have to settle for a double decker, then I'll settle for a double decker. But you're right, Ali. Ginger nuts are lovely. I don't have any at the moment. I've only got custard creams, bourbons, and I think I've got chocolate oaties, or basically chocolate hobnobs, but cheap brand, because they're just as nice. But they're a damn sight a lot cheaper. And do not make me get a tiny, tiny, tiny bit more purple. You're going to make me, aren't you? Yep, it is. It's going to make me put more purple in. That is not enough to finish off the last 3 models. Did you say butter? Let me just highlight this so I'm reading it right. Butter on ginger. What's this concoction? Do you butter a ginger nut and then dunk it, or do you just butter it and eat it, or how does it work? I'm intrigued. I like ginger nuts. I like a buttered scone. So the buttering something dense is not. I'm not adverse to it. I put Philadelphia on digestives, so I want to know: does putting butter and ginger nuts actually make them taste better? Do you have to dunk it? And do you dunk it? Does that not ruin the tea? I need more information. People, don't leave me hanging like this. Yeah, see, this butter thing is an oddity to us English people, and I've got to say, after trying, I think it was potato bread, I'd never tried before in my life, and it was bloody delicious. So yeah, got another culinary thing for me to try from Ireland. Go ahead, I'm willing. Just tell me how to eat it properly. Potato bread was straightforward. It came with a fry up. You ate it like with the fry up as almost bread, essentially. Almost bread. You kind of chop it up and I ate it like a hash brown, but it was still nice. But I need to know if I'm supposed to dunk my ginger nut that's been buttered or not. Dunk them without the butter. Dunk them without the butter, right? Okay. So you eat them. So if you're buttering them, you're not dunking them. Okay. Now I get it. So I can try it now. Because I know not to stick a buttery biscuit into my brew and ruin my brew. See, I thought it might not be a good idea to necessarily put a buttery biscuit. I'm not completely an idiot, just mostly. Final 3 on purple. No. I can't do bus run. I've tried bus run plain digestives. It doesn't work. Philadelphia, on the other hand, and don't sandwich it, works wonderfully. It's essentially mini cheesecakes. I mean, if you really want to, you can sprinkle some caster sugar on with the. Is it mascarpone cheese? The type of cheese that Philadelphia is in the soft. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's mascarpone cheese. Essentially, you could put a little bit of sugar in there if you wanted to sweeten up a bit more. But then you've got to beat it through and then let it set again. So that's not necessarily a great idea. So yeah, just knife, tub of Philadelphia or mascarpone cheese if that's what it is, and a packet of digestives. Oh, it's so nice. Of course, I've had a crisp sandwich with brown sauce and ketchup and relish. I had multiple different flavors with all three sauces and on their own. I've also had a crisp cheese on toast and mango chutney. That's nice. What you do is you 2 pieces of toast in the toaster. Then once it pops up, you spread mango chutney on it, like you would on a thin layer for like a pizza base, and then you get your flavor of crisp. But I prefer salt and vinegar because of the flavor it gives against the cheese. We can choose any flavor you want, and you scrunch up the crisps and put them on the toast, and then you cover it all in cheese and put it under the grill, and wait till the cheese is all nicely melted, bubbly, and yum, and then take it out and eat it. And it's gorgeous. Yeah, I'll turn pretty much anything into a sandwich. That's what my main meal consists of each and every day, is a plate full of sandwich fillings. And then I proceed to get bread and put it all onto bread. What we're having for tea tonight: veg mashed chicken. Excellent. Couple of slices of bread, bit of everything on the bread. Sorted. We got butties. I eat pretty much everything in the form of a sandwich. I get confused if it's not in the form of a sandwich. Don't eat it. So why can't I not just pick it up and put it in my mouth and eat? What's this knife and fork thing that I've got to use? No, I want bread. See, I've done that, but after doing that for so many years as a kid, it kind of lost its. It's like, it's still nice, but I want something a bit extra. So that's when I started doing things like adding sauces and using it as like a poor man's pizza topping. And yeah, so during school, I would get my sandwiches and a packet of crisps. So every day I would just automatically just add my crisps to my sandwich, regardless of whatever my sandwich was, just so I could eat it all faster. So yeah, I mixed my food for not necessarily for taste reasons. It was more for expediency of eating, because you only get so long for your lunch when you're a kid. And well, if you start eating, you can't go play football or do whatever it is you were going to do with your mates. So combine all my lunch into a singular sandwich pretty much and just eat it. Yep, crisp on ham sandwiches, crisp on cheese sandwiches, crisp on chicken sandwiches, crisp on egg mayo sandwiches, crisp on any sandwich you want. It works wonderful. Although I've got to say, egg mayo and prawn cocktail is not the best combination. I ate it, but it wasn't very nice. I ate it because I was 13 and I didn't care. It was food. It wasn't going to be in my mouth long enough, really, for me to taste it that well. Like any good 13-year-old boy, I had figured out almost how to inhale food. I'm sure that's what my mother thought I was doing with it anyway. I was actually eating it. It was just going at one heck of a rate. Alas, that appetite has gone. So drinking too much in your youth will do to you. Screw your stomach up. Anyone old enough to be able to watch this, but not old enough to have been stupid enough to go out and get drunk for 10 years, don't do it. Do it for 20 instead, you lightweight. Okay, so let's go purple done. Purple done. Purple done. I can't remember what bits are painted green and which bits are painted yellow. So I'm going to have to try and slide this box out from underneath here. Just give me one moment while right. That's the box with the big bugs in. And at the moment, hills, which are going to get reworked. Thanks to my conversation with Mr. MS Paints. Dave at MS Paints. What's that? That sounds like that feels like a 40k piece. That is a 40k piece. That is a piece of an assault centurion. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly grab one out so I can try and remember which parts are painted, which colours. See. Oh, crap. See, this is the thing I didn't want to find out. I should have done this earlier. So what I actually wanted to do is paint all the tops of these all purple as well. Oh, God sakes. So yeah, just for a quick reference, that's all the little ones currently in there at the moment. I see, I like Pringles. The Pringles are wonderful. Pringles are wonderful. I do like the salty crisps. Salt and vinegar, ready salted. I don't mind cheese and onion, but I do like the saltier crisp. A saltier crisp is nice. Canvas falling. Back onto the headphones. Excellent. Right, so now after picking this one up and out of the case, can anyone spot what I've not done on every single one that I've done so far out of the other set? Quite a glaring one when I think about it. And it's that little bit of carapace across the top of the gun. I've missed that on all 20. All 20 I've done so far, I've missed that little fucking piece of Ooh, right. Don't get angry, get it done. Don't get angry, get it done. So how far back is it supposed to go? Let's put you... Right, so it's the back two plates and the front one. I should have enough paint in there. Just about get all these done now, I hope. I have to put any more purple paint in there now. It's going to get wasted. And I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to. Good evening, Captain. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? I hope the interview with Lep went quite well the other night. Sorry I couldn't stick around longer than I did. And you're probably thinking, I didn't even know you were fucking there. I said, no, you probably didn't. But I'm making sure I put my face in long enough to at least leave a like and make sure it was the real Lep that you was interviewing, and it appeared to be, even though you disappeared for a brief second. I seem to always get in there around about the 1 o'clock mark. There or thereabouts. You're as sick as a really sick dog. Did you try some of Lep's cooking? Is that what's happened? Sorry, Lep. If you catch this, sorry, man. Who am I joking? Lep, you don't catch these. But oh no, what's wrong? Is it a food related thing, or is it just a bug? Are you just hoping it's a bug? Is that supposed to say hula hoops, Kirsty? Oh, fucking hell, Jesus. Oh, get some rest, man. Make sure you get some rest. Are you trying to use me for ASMR like Hate does? Just see if it actually works for a change. Yeah, I'll stick this boring twat on for a bit. It'll put me to sleep in no time. I believe I've put the link in there, but obviously if you're sick, you're not going to want to even think about clicking on that. So when I thought I was coming just to the end of all this, no, I found out I've got to go back through all of them all one by one. Bloody one and pick the top of the fucking guns. You may get a small intermission in this stream. I apologise in advance if you do get a small intermission in this stream. Because A, I've run out of cup of tea. B, this is taking longer than I thought it was going to. And C, for getting to these guns has just, for some reason, really got on my tits. Thank you very much, then, Captain. You have a good night, man. You have a good night. Get yourself rested. Get yourself better. Don't go pushing it. Couple of, yeah. As Alison says, yeah. Couple of Bushmills. Get them down, yeah. Off you go. Land or not. Personally, I would make it into a hot drink with honey and some kind of fruit tea bag, simply because I was ill and the hot drink might settle on my stomach easier than a neat spirit. But that's just me. No worries, man. You can look after yourself. That's all we ever want you to do. Make sure you're good. I know that even though I'm not around, you all wish the same for me, and which I'm thankful for. I've not been around for far too long, and I do need to start showing my face up again. It's just finding some of the timings that are difficult. I'm aware there's a few people who said they wish to come up on mine, but again, because of time differences and things like that, it's like, oh, no, not going to happen. I have X, Y, Z to do at that time because I'm working, and it's like, I understand. However, I can't go on later too much because effects of tablets do affect my ability to paint. And then obviously have to be up in the morning for children, so it kind of has this odd little just outside 2 passing ships type thing at the minute. But the annoying thing is, if I could sort my sleeping pattern out to a reasonable degree, I could actually flip it round almost. I understand that this is a great time for everyone in Britain and in Europe. This is like, yeah, we're all out of work, when no one's eating, no one's sat down really doing anything. It's all relaxed, chill out time. So it's great. I do also have American viewers, which in those cases, it's like, we're just finishing work. I am going to try it, and then I'm either going to praise you or curse you. One of the two, because you're either going to make one of my favorite biscuits better, or you are going to give me some unfathomable concoction that I'm going to despise, and you're going to almost ruin one of my favorite biscuits. So you're either going to get praised or condemned. I do not know which, because I'm not here to try it. However, if credit is due for inventing or creating a fantastic way to enjoy an even already fabulous biscuit, then kudos to you, because that's hard to find. How do you make a good biscuit better? It's tough. It is tough. So yeah, at the moment, there's not enough information to make determined, and I have no ginger nuts to try it with, and I want to try it with real butter and not margarine, because therein is a big difference as well. Margarine, however easier to spread it is not got the flavors and the taste and the depth of a proper butter. So I want to try it with butter, not margarine, which means I've got to go out and buy butter, because generally we don't, unless we're going to do some baking. I might do some baking. Not done baking for a while. See if I've still got the natural talent for it. Because so far, I've been able to make everything that I've been asked to make. Whether it be the melty in the middle, I'm not doing that, Kirsty. I'm not having that type of butter. And there's 2 ways I could take that. You have a good night, Nick. See you later. Thank you very much for coming. Now, there's 2 types of butter that are available, and I'm not making either. Just one, because it's not good. I don't want to give it to anyone else that way. And 2, the other one, I don't want the kids getting all of it. If the kids were scared of that butter, that'll do, then that's a no. Well, it could be interesting, but still a no. My. It depends. I've done marble cakes. I've done, the cakes that have the hot chocolate center, when you cut into it, all melts out. I've done them ones. I can do biscuits, basic sponges, and all that difficult. Essentially, whatever I've been given at my missus' cookbook and I've been requested to do, I've done. First time. Rather annoyingly to my missus. So I'm yet to be given one that I haven't just gone, yeah, okay. Ding, 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 pink. Ha! Lava cakes. Yeah, that's the one. Lava cakes. I've done one of them. In fact, me and my youngest teenager did it together. We made about 6 little individual ones. And when you actually got to try them properly, they were really, really nice. But if you didn't get to try them when they just come out of the oven ready to be served, and you let it stand so the chocolate had gone hard in the middle, it was still nice. Just wasn't as nice as when it just come out and was gooey and nom nom nom. I need to bake. I need to get baking again. Missy's got one of them big mixy things. I mean, it's slower than I am, but it's more consistent. I can still whip cream quicker than it can, though. Yeah. Not completely outdone by the machine. Yeah, no. Nobody's allowed in the kitchen unless it's done with prior consent and written warnings are given. And yeah, no, get out of the kitchen. I'm busy. I'll shout you if I need you. Plus, my kitchen's not big enough for me to set up a camera to be able to bake with it. Well, I suppose it might be able to if I get this sorted properly. But Kirsty knows which road I'd have to go down, which means I'd have to do something else, which I don't want to do because, as I said, I don't want the kids to go down that. I don't want the kids to get over that one. So that'll be a different thing entirely. I'll have to work through that one. Although I could maybe record a do this, right, then do this, then do this. By the time you've come out, you should have this lovely cake. It's the decorating side, which, believe it or not, I can't do. Oh, it sounds daft, doesn't it? This guy sat here painting these really tiny little miniatures. Yeah, I can't decorate. I can't decorate cakes. So unless it's one that doesn't require decorating, like the marble cakes or like lava cakes or just plain sugar biscuits, I don't like doing them. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, stay out of my kitchen. If I'm cooking, stay out of my kitchen. It's not that I'm horrified. You're likely to be more scared than I am when I turn around with the giant kitchen knife in my hand and go, "What do you want?" And it's checking you're okay. Fine. I'm perfectly fine. And then I go back to going thunk, thunk, thunk with the big knife, even though I don't need to go thunk, thunk, thunk with a big knife. I'll just be emphasizing, get out of my fucking kitchen. Mother-in-law gets that one a lot. The get out of my kitchen without me saying get out of my kitchen. I don't have a meat cleaver. No, it's a chef's knife that's about that. It's just a think psycho knife that it's like that type of knife. And I've got two of them. I've got a normal one that looks like the psycho knife, and I've got a green one because I've got a green one. I needed a knife and it was cheap at the time. I did have the smaller version, but I broke it because it didn't have a full tang handle, which is what resulted to me getting the more expensive ones with the full tang handle because I can't break them. Yeah, I break handles. It's just got a stupid little, it's got like the blade and it has that little bit of metal that kind of has a hook in it, and you just put a plastic molded handle on it. Oh, yeah, I break them every time. Do you know the annoying thing is? We don't actually have a kitchen. Well, we have one kitchen door that goes through to the hallway, but from the living room to the kitchen, there is no door. So it's not even like I could hang a sign on the door saying cooking in progress, do not disturb. Because if you're in the living room, you've got to walk straight in. Bloody useless. You've got a door frame and a hole. There's no door in it. I want a meat cleaver, but my missus said no. I also want a lump hammer, and my missus said no. I want a sledgehammer, my missus said no. I want a two-handed fire axe, my missus said no. I want a reciprocating saw, I'm not allowed one of them. I want a circular saw, I'm not allowed one of them. Bear in mind that without any tools apart from a hammer, and I was putting up a metal shelving system, I nearly cut my own thumb off. So there is a reason why she says, no, you're not allowed power tools that could probably kill you. But still I want them. She is well within the right to say, no, you're not having a circular saw. You're not having an angle grinder. I don't care if you've used one before. You've used a hammer before. You still nearly managed to cut your thumb off using a hammer. If you would have actually hit it properly, your thumb would have gone. Yeah, but I didn't hit it properly, did I? It got down to the bone and I stemmed it, and the hospital didn't have to do anything because I did such a good job myself. Can I please have an angle grinder? No. I've got an impact drill. Oh, that impact drill's awesome. And an impact screwdriver as well. That thing is just brutal. Just yeah, get in there, screw. You're fucked. Yeah. Woo. Not really a sore point. It's just yeah, I'm not. I come with the keep away from sharp objects warning, put it that way. Not to operate heavy machinery. He says he comes with this keep away from sharp objects thing. He's like, well within reach. Yeah, keep away from sharp objects. Just give him that knife instead. Okay, so all the purple is done. Purple is done. Yay. Oh, all right. Yellow, green, dry brushing. I've been at this for 2 hours. I'm normally much quicker than this. Okay, people, I am sorry about this. I am really sorry about this, but I'm going to go for make myself a fresh brew and a cigarette break. So I need something. I need to make you a sign. I need to make you a be right back sign, and I need to get some kind of music going. No, I need something's going in the background. So let's have a look on YouTube, shall we? Let's see what YouTube I've got. Copyright free background music. No, just let's see what you sound like. You better not sound like crap. And of course, he's going to give me an advert straight away. First thing I'm going to do is give me an advert straight away. Okay, so for a moment, I'm just going to have some music playing and a little relaxed thing going on. Yes, pretty much. I am. Yeah, I'm a spare tool in the toolbox. So I'm going to share this screen. I'll be back once I've refreshed my cup of tea because it is now empty and I've had a cigarette. So I'll be back soon. If I can actually. There we go. I shall be back shortly. Can you hear me now? Probably because now I've unmuted. It does help if I hit the unmute button, doesn't it? No. Cool. Well, let's move on to yellow. We've had enough time faffing around and messing. Pardon me. Let's get this job done. Still kept my reference model out. Not like daft this time. Well, I started all the way back there, didn't I? So if anyone's going to be dry, it's going to be you. It's going to be dry quickest. Yeah, you that just dropped on your face. That's the one. Move some paintbrushes out of the way. And the dry brush. Get out of the way. Come on. Start playing ball. Get the. Is this a Citadel? No, this is a Citadel. Beach basic brush. All the yellow places. The colour I've done his hoofs. Green. Right. That's why I should have got a reference model out first, so I can make sure. But since when have I ever done anything? Yes, lip reading. You wanted to learn new skills. There is another new skill. We shall try and teach you lip reading through process of me muting the mic through being an idiot. And yeah, I'm definitely the biggest tool in my toolbox. Just to confirm what you were talking about, as I was just popping to make a cup of tea and have a cigarette. But I do have an axe in my toolbox, and I have a hammer I have a couple of hammers in my toolbox. So I'm not entirely without some of the things that I want. I just want the big long ones with bigger heads and longer shafts. No sniggering. Okay, just a little bit of sniggering. I did say shaft after all. Hee. Ah, thank you very much. Thanking you. I'll call it his gun's green. Is his tongue green as well? Yeah. So inside his mouth is green, but all around the side of it is yellow. God, what fucking moron thought of this color scheme? Ah, shit, that was me, wasn't it? Never mind, don't answer that. How much of his gun is? Quite a lot of his gun actually is green. Got to get his hand under there though, and his wrist round there, and his hand under there, and let's just give that flick of his tail a bit more. Back of his bounce. Kirsty's going to shout at me. Yeah, people can be a tool some days. I think it was like pre-stamped onto my birth certificate though. This person must be a tool 90% of the time. The rest of the time, he's allowed to paint on YouTube or sit outside watching YouTube videos. Other than that, he's got to be a tool. No, I do not watch The Great Pottery Throwdown. My mother-in-law watches The Great Pottery Throwdown, but I do not watch The Great Pottery Throwdown because I always expected him to like throw down, not throw it onto the plate. I didn't connect the play on words until I realized it was a play afterwards, and then I realized, oh, it's a play on words. It's people making pottery. Right, okay. Nobody's going to get their head staved in or anything like that. So it took all the fun out of it for me. Because I was thinking like Friday Night Throwdown with Blake, or that type of throwdown, and I was sorely mistaken. Like when I first heard of Great British Bake Off, I was like, so what's this going to be like? 1 versus 1, who can make the best sponge? It wasn't. It's just no. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Now I still watch. Actually, I don't watch Bake Off. I'm not allowed to because I sit there whinging and complaining and moaning at the contestants. I find something wrong with everyone. There has never been a contestant on any program that I have not been able to find something that I can whinge and moan about them. So, yeah, I don't get to watch Great British Bake Off because, well, my missus actually wants to watch it in peace, and she can't watch it in peace with me because, well, that girl's eyes are too close together and she looks more like a predator than a hyena, or something along those lines. Trying to control his speed paint sometimes is not fun. It does literally, when it says it wants to just run into the crevices and the gaps, it does. But it'll also run into some of the ones that you don't necessarily want it to, just because they're next to it, and it'll just go whoosh and flow towards it. No, I'm not David Attenborough voiceover, because David Attenborough doesn't swear and use a lot of bad words that shouldn't be said and will not be said on YouTube, because I don't genuinely hold those feelings. But I will say them for comic value. Like if I see something in someone that I just can't unsee. Like I think there's a news report out at the moment, I think for BBC, and he kind of looks halfway between David Tennant and what's he called? The guy from Notting Hill who did the song. Bill Nye. Yeah, that's it. Bill Nye. Kind of halfway looks between Bill Nye and David Tennant. So now that I've said that, my missus can't unsee it. So it'll be more like those type of things that I'll just make a passing comment. It's like, I was like, and that'll be it then. I've ruined that entire thing, because that's all she'll be able to see throughout the entire series until that poor person's voted off. And it seems to be whichever one I dislike the most wins. So if you walk on and I instantly take a disliking to you, you've got a good chance of winning that show. Because Nadia did my bleeding head in. Swear to God, it's just like, why are you ruining these cake things by trying to add this extra and do this and do that? And she was annoying me because she was changing recipes that didn't need to be changing. And guess what? She went on to win. Can't remember any other winners. Nadia really did annoy me though. Fair play to the woman. She's making it for herself, but she still annoyed me. Then again, most people annoy me, so it's don't count yourself like, ooh, I'm special, I annoy him. No. Count yourself as either 99% of the human population. That's it's probably less than 99%. So it's probably more than 99%. It's probably 99.5% of the population. Bear in mind that 0.1 of the population is probably a couple of thousand people. At least. I don't think I like a couple of thousand people. I barely think I like hundreds. I'm just sounding. This is my problem, though, because I sound annoyed no matter what I do. So no matter what I'm saying or what I'm talking about, I sound annoyed, and yeah, I essentially have resting angry face and voice. My eldest child's friends will not come near the house because I refuse to let them stand around looking like spare parts. They have to either sit down or at least do something so they don't look like they're just lost in the middle of somewhere. So they don't come in the house anymore because they get forced to sit down or go somewhere or do something. It's like, gee, because you look like a fucking stray. Good night, Alison. Have a good night. I hope you have a good sleep. I've missed a bit. Always good when you do that, isn't it? Whew. Oh, is it that? Right. Yeah, right. Now I get it. You just got resting, angry, everything. Yeah. Don't mean to, don't want to. It's just everything comes out like that. Yeah, so that's me fine. If I sound like I'm whinging and moaning, I'm probably half am, but don't take it too seriously. Come on, yellow stage. If we can do yellow stage, then green stage is a lot quicker because there's not as much green. Green stage is a lot quicker. Assways? Okay, you've lost me now, Kirsty. What's assways? In fact, do I want to know the answer to this question? Do I want to know the answer to this question? I'm not sure I do. But go on, what's assways? Unless it's just sideways. Big streak of yellow across my fingers. Now, I know one thing I forgot to do tonight, which I usually do when I go streaming, is go through all my Discords, etc., and tell them that I'm live. Forgot to do that this time. Yes, everything I say I'll do is in an ass way. Everything. It's just really annoying. Even just speaking to my own son, even just speaking to him, sometimes it just comes out wrong. It's like, just don't run that way. Just let's go this way in this game. and apparently the way it comes out of my mouth means I just bollocks him, and he's now in tears. What? I was only saying we need to... It's a hard thing to deal with sometimes, especially when you don't know you're doing it. Oh dear. 2 hours in, and I've barely got fuck all to show for my work. With swingy wires near me. Oh, I've got the Gladiator theme tune in my head. Don't mind the new series. The new Wolf character's a bit wrestling entertainment for me, but the rest of them seem to be okay. But still having the "It's Gladiator" stuck in my head. I'm struggling to keep up with chat, and there's only one person in it. Kirsty, you've managed to lose me, and I'm not sure how. Well, I am sure. I do know how, and you can probably take 2 guesses as well. But you've still managed to lose me. Fair enough. We'll repair together then. At least I can remember what I'm painting, I think. I hope. Oh. Why do I do this in batches of 20? Why don't I do it like sane, normal people and just like do it in batches of 5? Quite possibly because I'm not a sane, normal person. But that's still not the point. I could still do it in batches of 10 and it'll be easier. But no, Muppet Me wants to do it in batches of bleeding 20 because that's the unit size. Yeah, yes, very much. I'm very, very... I do seem to enjoy this self-punishment thing that happens with these models when you're doing large batches. I don't know what it is. It's like one of the few things I can actually concentrate on. Like, with some degree of certainty, and so yeah, I'm going to be able to do this. And I'm going to be able to push through the normal cigarette time to be able to do it as well, which is quite a feat in and of itself. Any smokers out there will understand. Any heavy smokers out there will really understand. Remember when I said earlier, What I don't want to do is go back and find little bits of purple that I've missed, because that'll just be a pain in the ass to go back and touch up. Well, guess what? I just found 9 little bits of purple I just fucking missed. I hope that's not yellow paint I've got all over the end of that. All over my cup. I really hope it isn't. Quite a few little spots on this little bleeder that I just did. Quite a lot of spots that I missed, but I've just picked them up again. So let's see how this is going with. Yeah, don't drop the brush. Yellow, 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 yellow. Ah. Back of your leg there. Back of that. Paint under the gusset carriage. And under his arm down there. That should be all done yellowed. Yeah. Big splodge, start on the tail. Run down his leg, round that. Other side of his leg. Up under his arse. To the side of his tail, run it down. Back round the other side of the other leg. Back to the paint. Oh, that's a lot on there. I stick that on his undercarriage and pull it down his arms. Stick it through. Grab that arm. Grab that arm. Grab his hand. And that side of his head while I'm here. And hopefully I've pushed enough paint through over this side so I can come down onto these 2 arms. Hey, it looks like it did. I did all right there. Although I don't think I'm going to get all this done tonight. So with the time constraints that I've got to be up tomorrow morning, I'm going to finish off with yellow. Tomorrow morning, however, well, there is that added bonus. Yes, I have stayed on the camera so far. Do you want to know why I've stayed on the camera? It's because I've got, every time I drop out of the camera, I have a mental sound of you going through my head in text form, which is weird, telling me to get back on camera, because of the first few times that you came in to watch me, you kept reminding me, get back on camera. So I now have that permanent text audio file in my head. Which, to describe it, I know it sounds absolutely bizarre as crap. But it is. It's exactly what it is. It's a text. It comes up in text, as it does in chat. But I hear it. I hear it. It comes through in a London accent, which I can't do. I can't physically do the accent, so I don't know how it's happening in my head. I don't even know if it's the right accent for you. Yeah, I just know it's coming through in a London accent, and it's saying, "Laz, get it in the fucking shot. get it in shot, get it in camera. And yeah. So if nothing else, you have definitely made a lasting impression on this channel. For the better. It is good. It is good. Because if it wasn't for that, I'd still be dropping off the bottom of the camera. I'm forgetting positioning and stuff like that. See, now it's to the point where I've even got the painted ones that are on camera, the yet to be painted ones on camera, and the project coming next on camera, and I've still got enough room here to be painting the actual model. You have a good night then, Kirsty. Thank you very much for coming to join me and for the constant reminders to stay in shot, even when you're not here. As I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to get all these done tonight into the stages that I want to do. But if I do get a chance, I may do a impromptu live to finish them off during the week at some point. It'll probably be more during the day, my time. So if you're watching outside of the UK, by my time and during the day, my time, I mean around about between 11 and 2 my time, 11 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. So depending where you are in the world, add the 5, 6, 7, 8, or subtract depending to whether you're moving east or west. If you're west, add the hours. If you're moving east, subtract the hours. As I said, it'll probably be an impromptu one, so please don't look for a pre-upped stream because it'll be a just go live one. All right, yeah, I'm just going to go live. I've got the time now. I can spare it. Let's do it. Boom. And I'll do it like that. Because I know I missed last week, which sucks a lot. Because these would all be done by then. By now, if I'd not missed last week. But there's nothing I can do about that now, so I'm just going to have to, well, catch up and get all these done now. So it's still the yellow stages to get all the flesh tones in. Depending how I'm feeling and how long this takes. I know the green stage is quicker because it's just the weapons and the bits that would cause damage. But it is getting a little late. It is getting a little late. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not actually feeling tired at the moment, so I could be going strong yet to get these finished. And then we will find out. Oh, come on. Let's get you painted. Let's get you painted and ready. I know everyone else isn't ready yet, but if we can get all the tyrannies ready, then we can get the Space Marines ready, then we can get the scenery ready, and we can have the battle. And that's what we wanted to do. Well, first of all, I'm going to get the scenery ready first. And only really having one full piece being close to ready. A lot of it, the other stuff is more scatter terrain, and I have figured out what I'm going to do with my hills in the future. So I will be going back to those hills that I did really early on the channel. I'm building them up so they're a little more able and they don't look as rubbish, essentially. My thing is getting in my way. Flop, 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 flop. There comes the headphone wire. Get out of the way. Okay, next. So, yeah, personal tip. If you're going to batch paint it in 10s at most. Don't do it in 20s because 20s are soul crushing. Unless you have an airbrush and you know you can just and have it done. Oh, it's the big difference is just being able to just spray it and have it done there and then. That's more of a Space Marine technique. It's a shame not to use speed paints on Tyranids. It's almost like the army it was really made for. All the crevices and places for it to all flow into. I mean, they advertise it on Space Marines, but it's just not really the Space Marine type of paint. You want to be doing Tyranids or orcs or something with lots of skin and places for the actual paint to do its job. Sticking it over flat panels like Space Marines and tanks and stuff is just bloody useless. It's a waste of the actual paint. Space Marines don't need speed paint. They're simple enough already. I don't even know how many I've got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm over halfway through. It's only took me 2.5 hours. Now, if I could get somebody to come and talk to me, that might resolve some of my stagnation issue. Well, I'm supposed to be using that one for green. Purple. I found some purple. So all the purple? Yeah. Touched up on the purple. That's nice. Let's just put that down for a moment. Whew. This is getting a little out of hand. This is definitely getting a little out of hand. Let's go to there a minute. Ding 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 ding. So I won't come back to painting in a minute, don't worry. I'm just clicking a couple of things if I can remember how to do this. How do we do this again? forgotten how I do it. Oh, I'll just do that instead. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what that was. What was that just come up? I don't know what that was. What on earth is that? Something just pops up on my screen. I've got no idea what it is. It just took up half of my screen and it worried me. Anyway, back to painting little plastic models. You've already been done because you're based. You're half done. So you're the one I was painting before I rudely interrupted myself. Pet his fingers, then his arms up, there's the arms up. Do what we need to do. Which is paint. 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 Make sure we get all the yellow on all the places that we need it. And how many times have I said that? Hopefully enough that it gets through my thick bleeding skull. I know I'm asking a lot there. I'm asking an awful lot. But it might work. Things have penetrated through my skull before and stayed there. Like Hilfe, meine Hamster ist gestorben. I don't know why that's still there. But it is. Circle, square, X is the code for releasing the materia in the rocket in Final Fantasy VII, the original one. Don't know why that's still there. That's a game from 1997. I would assume that for the PC version, it'll still be the same. It'll be right, left, down, down. On the equivalent keys or buttons. Well, again, yeah, completely useless knowledge. No idea why he's stuck in there. But we'll find out. Ah, Shizen. I've missed a big bit of purple on him. Right. Yellow first. I'll do his yellow bits and then I'll come back in and do that leg panel down there that I've missed. Once again, I have to keep telling you this. I'm a bloody idiot. And there are far more people skilled at doing this. I don't mean the painting, I mean the streaming chat thing than I am. I need to get better at this, how to pay attention to the chat and to the painting at the same time. It's really hard. I mean, at the moment, it's quite easy because I don't have anyone in the chat. So all I have to do is keep looking up, check the numbers not changed, and then I can continue to go down and carry on. As soon as that number comes in, it's like I've got somebody in chat. I've got somebody here who wishes to be entertained, enlightened, educated, or at least something. They're here to get something from this video. If I can provide that something, that is absolutely excellent. If I can't, then this isn't what you were looking for, then I'm sorry, but keep hunting or come back at it. I might be the thing, you might just have missed me at the time, that's all. Being at the right moment. Now come back in and purple over that. Because purple covers yellow a hell of a lot bloody easier than yellow covers purple. As you can imagine, because it's been a much, much darker colour, it does cover a lot easier. Am I actually on the screen? I don't think I'm on the screen half the time. Okay, let's get that bit around. Let's bring this bit around more this way. So now I'm on screen a little bit more, even when I'm over here, yeah? I'm on screen more. Excellent. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know, I'm not particularly the most handsome guy in the world. But some people like the talking head thing. So let's do the talking head thing. Because I can do the talking head thing. That's why. I did forget to check something though. Which is, no, I don't want, just go away. Did I actually pin that message? Yes, I did. I did pin the message that I wanted to pin. Do we play an Ezra again? Because now with the new rules, Ezra's tanks are a much more formidable foe compared to when I played him in 9th edition. I think it was 9th edition, where tanks were not that great. They were just like big creatures that couldn't hide very well. So in the ensuing battle, I shot fuck out of him. This time round, though, I don't think I'd have such a good chance with all these vehicles getting a huge toughness and wound boost. Unless I was to meta game, it will be a much closer game, even if he was to take the Baneblade. Especially if you just take the Baneblade, I'd only really have the Norns that would have a chance of taking it out reliably. And if he was to gun them off the table, then I'd be fucked. I mean, I wouldn't entirely, because I could take the one where everything that I've got gets lethal hits against vehicles. Which would mean even these little guys would be able to damage the vehicle just by rolling a 6 to hit. But that means I've got to hope that he takes pretty much full bloody mechanized command or mechanized squads and doesn't take infantry. If he takes infantry, it's like, that's bloody pointless then. If he takes a good mix, I'm probably gonna have to go for the lethal hits on vehicles and hope that I can deal with the infantry in other ways. I mean, I do have some Von Ryans in there as well as a Neural Elixir to help get me further forward and to give me a bit of a a buffering section to go, right, okay, you're going to have to deal with these first before you can think about dealing with the stuff that's coming at you from my deployment zone, because these are much further forward. So I have thought about that. But still, there's not a lot of von Ryan's leapers, and if you can deal with them quickly enough, then it'll barely be an annoyance. When the Grey Knight, when I played the Grey Knights, he just minced through the von Ryan's leapers and the Neurolector. Just absolutely decimated them. But then again, that was Grey Knights, not Imperial Guardsmen. I should expect Guardsmen don't fare quite as well as Grey Knights do in close combat against Tyranids. You know, what with Grey Knights being a pretty much predominantly melee-based army and an elite army at that. So, low model count, high success rate is the idea. Final 5 yellow bits to do. Final 5 yellow bits to do. We have some more. We have to paint. We have some things that we have 5 more yellow things to do. Don't ask me why I'm singing. I don't know. I do that sometimes. I do. I will start singing for no reason. Like now, I know I'm not actually talking to a person. There's nobody in here with me. Nobody watching me. Well, I still like to think that you are. You're watching me from the future. You're watching this back because you get some enjoyment out of me. I'm watching this, or like some other viewers, you find me excellent ASMR to fall asleep to. Either way, that's fine. That's fine by me. As long as you can get, if you can get something from these streams, whether it be educational, entertaining, or relaxational, that is fine. But I would like to know, because there are quite a few people who do watch these after I've done them. I know this because it tells me. So I would like to know, what do you get from these? Pop a comment in the section below. Because if most people are thinking, I really enjoy watching you paint, fine. That's excellent. Obviously, that's what I'm doing. If there's a lot of people that are going, oh, your voice is actually quite soothing, ASMR is what I use you for, then, right, okay, I'll try going a little bit closer towards that side. Obviously, you're my viewers. You are the people that come to see me and stay here, watch, communicate with me, and ask questions about me, about the game, about all sorts of answers, whatever I can provide. It's not too personal. So, but yeah, I'd like a bit of your input. What do you get from my streams? Because I know a fair few people pop in and might only spend a few minutes, they might only spend a few seconds in some cases. And obviously, those people who spend a few seconds, I don't know how much they get from the stream, but by all means, leave your comments down below to let me know. Because if I don't know, then I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything towards it. And that comment section is the best way you've got to. That or the Discord is the best ways to probably get any ideas, anything you want to say across to me. If you can use either one of them, then I'll accept constructive criticism all day long. Coming in there and calling me a useless, talentless hack, and then that's just coming in to cause me abuse, and that's just not nice. I'll just come that way. But yeah, I will quite happily take criticism, providing it is constructive. No hating, please, for the sake of hating. I already do that enough myself, accidentally, without meaning to. I don't need to have people throwing it at me as well, in a meaningful manner. Where they genuinely think, oh, I like this. For God's sakes. Go back and watch a few more of my streams if you think that is genuinely the case, because I make a lot of dry jokes, just so you know. You never know. Somebody's going to be a first-time viewer. Somebody's got to be a first-time viewer at some point. Even whether it's my first video, my 97th video, my 412th video, whatever it may be. It may be somebody's first video. I joke. I laugh. I'm not too serious about most things. But there are things I will be serious about. Don't get me wrong. Like most people, avoid the usual topics of conversation. Don't bring up politics. Don't bring up... And I'm fine. I won't get worked up or angry or going on rants. I'll try not to go on a rant if I know nothing about a subject anyway. However, if I know a little bit about the subject, then God help it, I ain't gonna, nothing much to do about that. You're not gonna stop me. Itchy ear, not good. Yellow paint for final 3. I think we'll call it at the 3-hour mark. Should we? Let's just go 12. Do I think I can get green done in that time? What is it? Weapons, tongues, hooves, guns, and claws. That's what essentially will be the last things I need to do green. So we'll see. Let's get these last 3 done. If it takes me 15 minutes to do these last 3, then no, I'm not going to carry on. If I can get them done quicker than that, then I'll start the green. If not, then, as I said, I'll impromptu stream during the week. And I'll try and finish these off. Green them, base them. Or should I say green them, dry brush that, dry brush these, base them, have them all ready. And then either play myself or convince my missus, hopefully, to play. Because it is nice to have an opponent that's not you. And it's all well and good playing against yourself because you know both sides. You just got to ding through the dice rolls because you know what you need to roll. You're not having to ask your opponent every 5 seconds what this does and what that does. because you've got both references in front of you, you can click their target and then bring both sheets up. There we go. That's a good idea, isn't it? Drop the damn thing, why don't you? Lance, you're an idiot. 2 more! Two more. Oh, dearie me. What else should it be? It's gonna be a big bug and he's going to eat me. Him and his friends have got claws and buggies, maggots that crawl and things that fly. What you got there? I got a buggy that's gonna eat me. He wants to chew me up and turn me into biomass. He's gonna swallow it, chew it, and spit it out his ass. So it's a tyrant. It's a tyrant. It's a tyrant, baby, and your life's just come to an end. Oh, well. Thank you very much for joining for the crap rendition of Laz trying to sing when he can't. The artist baseball lanes we will come to destroy you. Angels of death we will descend upon you. From the fires of the tornadoes and the top pod. We're gonna come down and kill you for our emperor god. Dum 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 dum. See, someone actually comes in when I'm doing this, they're probably going to hear me and leave immediately. I know I would if I walked in and somebody's just sat there to themselves. So let's see what we can do. Come on, get it done. Here, I have to get you slow fucker. Right, that is all of them done. Yellow. Oh. Okay, however, it is getting on to like 12:30 now. As I said, I do have to be up in the morning with my little one. And I can sleep for 12 hours and I've got to be up in less than 8. So this should be fun. So I'll impromptu the next stream to finish off the greens, the dry brushing and the basing. So it'll be greens first to paint on all of these. Then dry brush this, dry brush these, then base them. As well as base all the other stuff in the other box as well that hasn't been based yet. So then all the bases will look like but with painted trim. And everything else should look nicer as well. So as you can see the difference at the minute. Just doing that dry brush should bring out those extra layers and that extra little bit of it. So excellent, that should work. Thank you everybody for coming to see me tonight, coming to chat, saying hello, leaving a like. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe notification bell so you'll know when I'm live. It's usually Mondays, but not every time. Sometimes I do run a bit late. Other than that, well, thank you for coming to join me and drive safe. See you later.